Caitlin Clark is going to spend all of next season playing in NBA arenas. We've got rival fans being furious that, you know, Caitlin Clark is that she's getting new arenas, getting moved to new arenas. You've got people saying that they're pushing the Fever. Why are they pushing the Fever?
Caitlin Clark isn't just making waves, she's flooding the league. Entire WNBA franchises are straight up evacuating their home courts like someone pulled a fire alarm. Labeled Caitlin's coming Atlanta, Chicago, Connecticut, Dallas, Las Vegas, Washington, D.C. They're all scrambling to bigger venues just to handle the Clark quake. Somewhere out there, Angel Reese is doom scrolling, wondering why her name's not plastered.
The thing is very clear. The Indiana Fever is America's team. And boy, the haters, by the time this season is over, their heads are going to have exploded already. They're going to be so angry by the end of this WNBA season. I mean, it's going to be hilarious watching the daily melt.
Now just take a beat and soak this in. Mamba teams are voluntarily ditching their beloved home courts just to accommodate one rookie phenom. That's not hype, that's history. 6 different franchises are abandoning their regular spots to move into NBA arenas, meaning every Indiana Fever road game is now happening in a venue that seats at least 15,000. Not because it's trendy, because Clark fills arenas like nobody else in the league, while some teams are still playing in what feel like converted rec centers. Caitlin's presence requires NBA-level real estate that's superstar territory.
There are 6 WNBA teams that have moved their games to NBA or NBA size arena.
And let's not pretend these are just slightly bigger gymnasiums. These are full-on arena glow-ups. The Atlanta Dream moving up to the State Farm Arena. The Chicago Sky, yes, the same team that treated Angel Reese like she was the second coming of Michael Jordan, is now humbling itself with 2 United Center games. Not for Clark, because unless the Fever are in town, might as well be playing at a community center. Even the Aces, with all their glitter and trophies, are booking T-Mobile Arena just to brace for the Fever frenzy.
Caitlin Clark, the people's champion! Let's get it!
That's a deep one.
Bang!
Just announced that Caitlin Clark and the Fever will be playing 41 of 44 games this year on national TV. They're coming to watch the other girl, right? Right?
Bang!
Teams are moving their games with the Fever to NBA arenas so they can sell more tickets. How about that?
Bang!
Angel Reese attempted a 3 this deep. I think she might dislocate her shoulder.
Bang!
You want some butter with that bread? Butter. Butter.
Butter pecan! Bang!
It's hilarious when you think about it. Just last season, these teams were all fronting like Caitlin Clark was just another draft pick. We don't need her. They said, chests puffed. The league is just fine. And yet here we are, same teams now grappling for court space big enough to hold the Clark crowds. It's not just rolling out the red carpet. It's demolishing the road and repaving it in gold bricks.
Atlanta Dream moved 1 game to the State Farm Arena. Chicago Sky moved 2 games to the United Center, home of the Bulls, home of the Blackhawks. In Atlanta, by the way, that's the home of the Hawks. Connecticut Sun moved 1 game to TD Garden, home of the NBA Celtics. That's going to look really freaking cool.
Special recognition goes to Connecticut. This franchise doesn't even have an NBA arena nearby. So what do? Pack their bags and shift the whole operation to Boston. That's right, new state, new zip code, new everything, just to make space for Caitlin. That's not guest treatment, that's royalty-level hospitality. Can you imagine if Angel Reese tried to pull the same move? They'd laugh her all the way to a suburban middle school gym.
We're now at the stage where Caitlin Clark is probably going to be responsible. I'm not joking when I say this. For like games where she plays in are probably going to be responsible for like 30% of the attendance at the WNBA.
And it doesn't stop there. The Dallas Wings and Washington Mystics are also relocating their Clark matchups to larger venues complete with extra seats, luxury boxes, and let's be honest, bigger profit margins. This isn't coincidence, this is strategic planning. Caitlin Clark rolls into town and boom, it's not just a basketball game, it's an economic stimulus. One ESPN analyst even called her the WNBA's walking GDP boost. He meant it as a joke, but honestly the numbers back it up.
There are teams that are going to average 3,000 fans at games, but have 17,000 fans when Caitlin Clark shows up.
Now let's check in on the haters. The same ones who were yelling from the rooftops that Clark was overhyped have gone suspiciously silent. Why? Because their arenas are sold out, their jerseys are flying off the shelves, and their TV ratings skyrocketing, all thanks to the player they pretended didn't matter. And Angel Reese still stewing over her not-so-unrivaled championship, watching Caitlyn get the spotlight, the schedule, and the stadiums.
Phoenix Mercury play in the NBA arena. The Seattle Storm do. There are 13 WNBA teams, 7 already playing NBA arenas. The other 6 are moving their games to NBA arenas versus the Fever. You can't acknowledge that she is the needle.
Before Caitlyn Clark touched down in the WNBA, the average game pulled in about 6,000 fans, basically enough to fill a medium-sized high school pep rally. But Clark, she's casually packing out 20,000-seat arenas like it's just another Tuesday. That's not just a boost, that's triple the usual turnout. These fans aren't buying tickets to see the local team, they're showing up because of her league. Execs are practically tripping over themselves, openly admitting they'd sacrifice home court advantage just to cash in on the Clark frenzy. That's not hype, that's a walking ATM in sneakers.
There was actually a debate on who was Rookie of the Year last year. Imagine being that delusional. People need to understand she saved this league. There's no TV deals, no ad sponsorship, heck, no shoe deals for you, Angel Reese, no McDonald's money. The league losing millions of dollars each year. She saved them from bankruptcy. To be grateful. 93% of her games on national TV. Like that!
Let's break down the numbers. But attendance spiked 48% last season, and unless your math is broken, that increase has Caitlyn Clark's name stamped all over it. Teams aren't just scheduling her games, they're orbiting their whole season around her appearances. The Las Vegas Aces, the same team that rolls their eyes every time Clark's name trends, have quietly shifted multiple games to the T-Mobile Arena. And why? Because they know the Caitlyn effect is the real MVP. For all the eye rolls and cryptic tweets, even they can't deny she's the main attraction.
Now we've got some more information on the games and some perspective. Here we are. Indiana Fever put this out, man, just a few minutes ago. All eyes on us. 41 of our 44 games are on national television. The most television games in franchise history. The most national television games in for a single team in WNBA history. How about that? Also just came out. This is the national broadcast schedule right here against the Sky. It's an ABC broadcast network television game. New York Liberty. It's a CBS game. They're all going to be big rated games. CBS against the Sky. ABC against the Liberty. So you're seeing the teams that move the needles that they're going to play. Well, that should draw some ratings anyway. I'm not going to say these other teams move the needles because they really don't.
Bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at point.
WNBA needs to do everything they can to promote Caitlyn Clark. And I'm not saying do it at the expense of anyone else, but they went into last season basically trying to promote anyone but Caitlyn Clark for I don't know what. Basically tried to do it to promote anyone but Caitlyn Clark. And that made no sense. Because for the long-term growth of the league, you can't just promote one player. But promote Paige, promote Caitlyn, that is literally what they should be doing. You should be promoting every single player in this league, but not. And again, don't promote Caitlyn Clark at the expense of the league, but also promote Caitlyn Clark. Promote everyone more. Promote Caitlyn Clark constantly. Promote all these players constantly. Promote rivalries constantly. Promote these big games constantly.
America's team. Yeah, guys, I mean, let's just be honest. This is exactly what they do in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys. All right, this is exactly what they're going to do, and they do every year with the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because they draw ratings. Sure, this is because of Angel Reese. That's good. That's really good. Seriously, no, not at all. The Caitlyn Clark effect is, get the point. All the Sky games are on big networks. All the Indiana Fever versus Sky games are on big networks. The Aces game, like I said, is on ESPN. The Liberty games are on big networks, the games against the Liberty. So, and there's a lot of ion on here. These games Guys, one of these games is going to hit 3 million viewers this year. All right. I don't know which one. I assume you can look at the Sky and look at the Aces, those two games, and think those are the games that could, in theory, break 3 million, maybe more than that. The All-Star game, of course, did a massive rating. What is it going to end up doing this year? So it's all going to be very interesting.
I'm not going to say she's the needle mover. She's the needle. She is the needle. And it's just madness. It's madness that there are still people going out of their way talking about, complaining about this. Like, it's an objectively good